Hey everybody, and welcome to a Yomarz special broadcast, which is a fancy way to say I'm gonna rant about something for a little bit. I've never really done a video like this before, so bear with me if I suck, but I just had some thoughts I wanted to get out there. Chiefly, I'm gonna talk about the facade of property in video games, mainly concerning mobile games. I was thinking about this because with the release of Mass Effect Andromeda, I wanted to make a little Mass Effect themed video while the game's still being talked about. And I remember this game called Mass Effect Infiltrator, which was released for smartphones back in 2012 to tie into Mass Effect 3. It was this simple little third-person shooter that was super linear, and by playing the game you could increase the galactic readiness of your Mass Effect 3 save. This was the point system they used to gauge your readiness for the end of the game. There is no point system that could gauge your readiness for the end of that game. But yeah, Infiltrator was this weird, kinda crappy little game, and I thought it'd make a fun mobile episode. A fun Mass Effect game to make fun of for a little bit. But wouldn't you know, back in 2015 the game was removed from the App Store and the Play Store. If you search for Mass Effect Infiltrator on either site, you won't find a thing. Now, I already played the game back when it came out, so it's still tied to my account and I can download it. But the necessary install files can't be accessed from the EA servers. Which makes sense, why would they continue to host files for a game they don't even support? But it got me thinking, people often talk about the fact that we don't own the media we buy, we just own a license to watch it or listen or play or whatever. And this is especially obvious with digital media. I've heard lots of people voice the concern that one day Valve could go under and then all the Steam games you collected during those summer sales would just go poof into the wind. You say it and you don't think about it after that because Valve is too big to fail or whatever, but it's a real concern and you see it all the time on mobile games. Just going through my app download history to find Mass Effect, I found so many apps that you just can't get anymore. Just looking at the list, there's Duke Nukem 3D, Super Monkey Ball 2, Dungeon Defenders, even fucking Frogger. The official Konami Frogger app is discontinued. Sonic CD isn't available on Android for whatever reason, even though it's still on iOS. I'm sure some of these are gone because they were completely incompatible with newer updates or something like that, but a lot of these I can still play totally fine. I think I'm on Android 7.0 or something on my tablet. Yeah, some of these are pretty garbage, like you can't get the Iron Man 3 or Dark Knight Rises games anymore, and you might be like, who gives a shit? But imagine if they did this for bigger titles on bigger systems. What if after a Lego game like Lego Avengers or something came out, and after the movies were all done coming out, they realized that not as many people would buy it anymore because the hype was over, and they just pulled the plug on it, recalled the game entirely. People would go nuts. Now all of these developers are totally within their rights to do whatever they want with the apps they own, and I'm thankful that Google at least continues to host the installers. But there's also an expectation, or at least there has been in the past, that the license you buy is good for more than just 5 years. A huge problem with how these games are so haphazardly treated is that most people don't notice or care because it's just phone games, right? They're not real games. And it's not helped by the fact that a lot of these games are abject shit. I know. I do a show exclusively about shitty phone games. I'm even doing this whole video and I'm content to not play the fucking Dark Knight Rises in 2017. But it's that complicit attitude that's got me a little worried. Everything's going the way of digital. You can't stop it no matter how much you love your physical copies. Sooner or later, all those physical box copies, they'll probably still be around, but they'll be reduced to the half-ass PC games where it's like a DVD case with a Steam key inside. But with the loss of that tangibility, I'm really hoping the games don't lose their rigidity, if that's the right word. I don't want all game marketplaces to get as toxic and immaterial as the phone ones, where developers can just yank games out of existence willy-nilly because nobody cares enough to stop them. What if when a game was remade, the original just vanished? The distributors have the right to do that, you can retract any product you make and put it on the market, but they don't have the power. It's too expensive to try to recall copies from stores. It's pointless to try to hide flops and failures because those will still circulate in the used market. That copy of the Order 1886 will still play on anybody's PS4. Fat, slim, pro, whatever, doesn't matter. But in a digital market with rapidly changing hardware and operating systems, the value of games can depreciate like nobody's business if you don't maintain your games for compatibility. And believe me, I'm very pro-digital, especially with handhelds. I love the convenience, and on PC nobody buys physical copies at all unless it's overpriced collector's editions. But having spent enough time with phone games, it's a real and rational thing to think that the games you're playing now won't be available forever. And as digital downloads become more accessible and digital prices continue to lower across the board, I could easily see mainstream games marketplaces turning into pay a few bucks for some trash you 100% won't be playing in a month. Don't think twice when it's gone.